Welcome, and thank you for joining us on this journey of understanding, a journey that delves into the hidden depths of the human experience. Today, we explore a truth that resonates at the very core of our being, a truth that many of us would rather not face but cannot escape: pain changes people. It comes into our lives not as a choice, but as an uninvited guest, sweeping through our hearts and minds, leaving us with the daunting task of figuring out who we are after it has arrived. It does not ask for permission, nor does it give us an option to opt out. Pain enters unexpectedly, disruptively, much like a storm that rattles everything in its path, leaving behind a landscape that feels foreign and unrecognizable. In the wake of pain, we find ourselves forever altered, as though our old selves have been swept away, leaving us to grapple with the question of who we are now. But the truth is, pain has a unique way of forging new strength. In the aftermath of suffering, something remarkable begins to emerge, a new version of ourselves. It's not always visible at first. In fact, the transformation may feel painfully slow, like trying to piece together a shattered vase. The fragments lie scattered, and at times, it seems impossible to make sense of them. Yet through this painstaking process of reconstruction, we begin to forge a person who is not just defined by the pain but is stronger for having survived it. Those who have suffered deeply are not the same as those who have walked paths of ease. Theirs is a journey marked by hardship, by endurance, and by perseverance. They have been to places most people will never understand, places where darkness reigns, and hope seems a distant memory. Their spirits are shaped by invisible scars, marks left by moments of heartache, betrayal, loss, and isolation. These scars are not immediately visible to the outside world, but if you look closely, you can sense them. In the way they speak, in the way their eyes seem to carry the weight of unspoken stories, in the way they move through the world with a quiet strength that others can't quite place. The battles they have fought are not written on their bodies, but they are etched in their souls, in their actions, and in the very way they relate to the world. There is a depth in their presence, something that cannot be replicated by ease or comfort. Their gaze carries the wisdom of someone who has seen the darker side of life, and yet, it also carries a flicker of hope, the hope that despite everything they've endured, they have managed to emerge stronger. But this strength comes with a cost. They have learned to smile, to nod, to move through the motions of daily life. But behind that smile, there is often a weight, an ocean of untold pain, a wellspring of sorrow that flows beneath the surface. There are moments when they wish they could share this pain with others, but words fail to capture its depth. It is a pain that transcends language, a grief that cannot be neatly packaged into a single sentence or a simple confession. If you were to truly listen, you might hear it in the spaces between their words, the silences that speak louder than anything they could say. Yet, in this silence, there is also something extraordinary. From the depths of their suffering arises an unparalleled sense of empathy. People who have known profound pain develop a rare and powerful gift, the ability to sense the suffering of others, even when it is unspoken. It's as if their own pain has unlocked a heightened sensitivity to the struggles of others. They can feel the weight of another person's sorrow in a single glance, in the subtle shift of someone's posture, in the way their words tremble. This kind of empathy is not learned, it is cultivated through experience. They know what it feels like to carry a burden, to feel isolated, to struggle in silence. And because of that, they are able to understand, in a way that others cannot, the quiet struggles that others face. Empathy for these individuals is not just an emotional response, it is a calling. It compels them to act, to show up for others in ways that are profound and deeply needed. When they see someone in pain, they do not hesitate to offer their support, often without being asked. They can sense when someone needs a listening ear, a comforting touch, or simply the presence of someone who understands. And they offer these gifts not because they want anything in return, but because they know how much it matters to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel understood in times of suffering. But with this extraordinary empathy also comes a burden, an emotional weight that is often overwhelming. The constant overthinking. Every conversation, every glance, every silence is dissected, analyzed, and re-examined. They search for hidden meanings in every word spoken, fearing that something might be left unsaid, something that might signal danger or betrayal. This heightened sensitivity is both a gift and a curse. It protects them from harm but also keeps them trapped in an endless loop of self-doubt, overanalyzing every interaction, wondering if they have misunderstood something, wondering if they are missing the underlying truths that others may be too afraid to speak. This mental exhaustion becomes a form of self-preservation, but it also drains their energy. It creates an emotional fatigue that lingers long after the conversation has ended, long after the event has passed. It leaves them feeling depleted, as though the constant vigilance, the constant search for hidden meanings, has eroded their sense of peace. They can't help but wonder if they are truly understood, if their emotions are valid, if their experiences are being taken seriously. And this constant questioning, this never-ending cycle of overthinking, weighs heavily on their spirit. But even in the face of this emotional fatigue, there is something even more remarkable that rises within them, a quiet, unyielding resilience. This resilience is not loud or brash. It doesn't announce itself through bold actions or grand gestures. It is subtle, almost invisible. It is found in the moments when they choose to keep going, even when every fiber of their being longs to give up. It is found in the act of getting out of bed when the weight of the world feels unbearable, in the quiet decision to face another day, even when their heart is heavy and their soul feels drained. It is the resilience that pushes them to rise, again and again, after each fall. Their resilience is not built from a single moment of triumph. It is formed from the accumulation of countless small acts of courage, the decision to show up for themselves, even when it feels like there is no one else in the world who understands. It is a resilience that rises not in moments of glory but in the quiet strength that allows them to continue moving forward, even when it seems impossible. At the very core of this resilience lies something else, something even more profound, a deep yearning for authenticity. For those who have suffered, there is no room for pretense. The masks that society often demands we wear fall away, revealing the raw, unfiltered reality of who we are. They long for relationships that are not built on superficiality or small talk, but on real connection, real understanding. They crave spaces where they can show up fully, where their pain can be held alongside their joy, where their shadows can coexist with their light, without fear of judgment or rejection. They are not interested in the kind of friendships that only scratch the surface. They want depth. They want to connect with people who understand that life is complex, that it is made of both light and dark, joy and sorrow, hope and despair. They seek relationships where they can be vulnerable, where they can show the parts of themselves that others might deem too messy, too raw, too complicated. They long for love that does not seek perfection but accepts them for who they are, flaws and all. And so, if you are one of these souls, or if you love someone who is, understand this. You are not alone in your journey. You may feel like you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, but there are others who understand. Your resilience, your quiet strength, is a beacon for those who are still finding their way through the darkness. Every scar, every bruise, every wound you have endured is a testament to your courage, your survival, and your capacity to heal. You are not defined by your pain, but by how you have chosen to grow from it. Your journey has made you who you are. It has given you the wisdom to understand the human experience in ways others cannot. It has shaped you into someone who can offer love and empathy with a depth that only those who have suffered deeply can give. You are extraordinary. Your strength, your courage, and your resilience are gifts to this world, and they will continue to guide and inspire those around you. And though your path may have been filled with hardship, it has also been filled with beauty, because you have learned to walk through the darkness and still find the light. You are stronger than you realize. And when you feel weary, when you feel like you've reached the edge of your strength, remember this: you have already overcome so much. You are capable of enduring even more than you know, and your journey, as difficult as it may seem at times, is far from over. You are a living testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and you are stronger, braver, and more capable of love and connection than you can imagine. Thank you for walking this path with us. You are never alone. Your strength and your story are what will help guide others through their own struggles. You are a light in this world, and your journey is one of transformation, one that inspires us all. Keep moving forward, keep shining, and know that the very essence of who you are, your pain, your growth, your resilience, is what makes you truly magnificent.